Hey Lee, what's that laser for? Hey everybody, it's the Shape, back to another video. Now, I got an email from, you know who you are, about Really Haunted doing a video proof that my dogs can see ghosts. Enough said, let's get into the video.
Get out.
Now, before we get into the videos, I was just, not the last, well, it depends on when this video comes out. Let's just say our last two videos, one of them was #1 of all time in views, and that's a testament to you guys. I appreciate all the support. We've been doing this for 4 years, and yes, 4 years, that's a lifetime. That's the entire term of a president. One whole term. And we're still doing it. And each time I try to make my videos like 1% better than the last video. And it doesn't seem like 1%, doesn't seem like much, but when you film 100 videos, that adds up to, you're trying to make it 100% better. So, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the work I put into these things. Most of you, well, 99% of you are say I'm getting better and better. I appreciate that. Now, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, hope you're all well. So last night with the Alexa combined with the Kinect, it was pretty amazing.
Oh man. Now, I took the liberty of cutting out just the best parts of his, every time he opens a video, he's got to speak 5-10 minutes of just blabbering and yammering. I took the liberty to show you all the good stuff. So check this out.
Holy water.
So that was the counter, and whatever that counter says, that's how many shots you owe. Make sure you're 21, drink responsibly. This video is fair use. Now, roll the credit.
The questions I asked, most of them I'd not asked before. I did put a few in what I had, like when was it born, when did it die, but for the most part, there was all pretty new stuff.
There's always the thing in the back of your mind that it knows what you're thinking.
Do they really know what we're thinking? Are we for sure on that one?
Because obviously I know the answers to the questions I'm asking. Or you think, has it actually seen me working on computer? Do you know, stuff like that.
I definitely understand that, Lee. I mean, Vlad the Impaler was born in like 1431, and he can look right at a computer or, a smartphone and know exactly how that stuff works. Vlad the Impaler is going to know how Alexa works, and Vlad the Impaler is going to be able to use his energy. When he comes out of the portal in your wall, he's going to be able to use his energy to manipulate all these devices. The Alexa with, well, if I put like 1/8 of my arm energy into the device, it'll say this. If I put a tad bit of my left butt cheek energy, into that app on that phone, it's going to say the word kill.
Being able to see the screen, I'm going to get the holy water out again.
You're going to get your holy water and put it in like a Nerf super soaker and spray that bad boy all over the house. That's what I would do. How do we know it's holy water, though? I'm just curious about that. You've never proven that it was holy water. You just say it's holy water. You could just easily walk to your kitchen, turn the tap water on. It's holy water.
I'm definitely 100% going back to Romania now. Twice I've planned the trip, and when I've been either in the middle of planning it or I've finished, the activities stopped, which made me believe that, it was over. So I kind of put the trip on a back burner.
Oh, is that why you didn't go back to Romania? Is that why? Because I was thinking it's more along the lines of, A, you just sit around in your shorts and underwear all the time, laying around on your couch playing with your phone and upstairs rolling back and forth in bed, and you're just too lazy to. Or B, now, yeah, this is certainly a possibility. You stage and all your stuff is fake, and there was just no reason to go. Which one do you pick? Comment below. I pick both.
But I think I've kind of sussed it now. I do believe it's the Pisa Castle. So what we're going to do is, me, my friend, are going to take our family, like Stacey and kids are coming in, and his wife and kids. So no matter what's going on in the house, it's not like we're not reliant on there being activity or not. Whatever happens, I'm going back and taking that piece of castle.
I bet you $50,000 right now. I'm telling you, I will lay the money on the line too, Lee. Bet you $50,000 when you return that piece of whatever back to Romania. Guarantee you the paranormal stops. Not only do I guarantee that, I guarantee you it never stops as long as YouTube is a thing. Period. Ever.
Is it Vlad the Impaler? Probably not.
Let's say what? What do you know, ladies and gentlemen? I think Lee is starting to come to his senses. You're right. I don't think it's Vlad the Impaler either. I think when Beardo called you out for that, I think you might have watched his video and like, yeah, that does sound kind of dumb. It sounds kind of dumb.
I think it's more than likely someone who knew him in life. Maybe a friend from that era. I don't know, but
say what? So you don't think it was Vlad the Impaler the whole time, right? It was one of his friends that knew him, though. You don't think it was the Vlad, but it was his high school buddy. Is that what you're saying? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. See, I knew it wasn't Vlad the Impaler. I knew that. It was his, it was his sophomore best buddy.
It's just hard to accept.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to accept that thing's Vlad the Impaler, okay? It's hard to accept that. Now, it being one of his best friends or somebody that knew him, that's easy to accept. That's a lot easier. You can swallow that, right? But, it being Vlad, that's ridiculous. Now, that being said, now we're going to get into the part where his dogs see ghosts in his room. Just like his video clickbaited. But before we get into that, I would like to just bring this to your attention.
Hey pups and peeps, it's Angie Woods with Dog Psychology 101. Have you ever heard of laser pointer syndrome in dogs?
Laser pointer syndrome, you say? No, Angie, I've never heard of that. Please educate us.
If you haven't heard of laser pointer syndrome, it's really a syndrome. We don't know what triggers in the brain yet. There's not a lot of science behind it yet, but something happens when the dog is chasing this light and never catches it.
I did not know that. Huh. And I noticed in that little clip there, I noticed that the laser, you can't see the beam, you can see the spot it's hitting, but you can't see the beam. I just wanted to point that out. But keep going.
They start chasing shadows, they start chasing reflections, it might even be your watch on the wall.
It's almost as if you can train your dog with one of those laser pointers to be very jumpy and very paranoid. I'm just saying. I mean, speculate all you want, right?
but it can really distract them from having a happy, healthy life. They can't play and be happy because they're so obsessed about chasing reflections. So for this reason, never, ever, ever, not even one time, play with a laser pointer with your dog. Now,
now, who was that pointed that out in a video a while back about, I think Lee might be using a laser pointer and teaching his dog to chase after it? Oh, that's right. It was me, right? Now, a few people said, Shape, you're wrong. Other one said, actually, that would make sense. That's actually a good idea. I say let's examine a bit more, shall we? Now, what I wanted to point out is out of all the dog clips with the laser pointer that I had watched, all of them have one thing in common. And that thing is you can't see the laser beam. You can only see where the laser is hitting. Well, now we're going to look at Lee's clip. And now, right out of the gate, I want you to notice the setting, what the camera is showing you, the viewer. He's laying in bed and he's facing away from the camera. You can see his back. So you can't see what he's doing with his arms. I just want to point that right out of the gate. Man, that's so awesome. Red and blue, baby. Hey, real quick. I know I cut it too, but that Lee let that thing play out like 20 minutes of just the dog and him snoring and laying there, fake snoring. And but we're getting ready to see the part where the ghost pops up. Now, pay close attention. Now, just real quick, I just want to say, if ghosts or your dogs, Lee, can see those ghosts, the dog is looking in the wrong direction. The ghost, show a screenshot. Yeah, the dog ain't even looking at the ghost. But Lee sees that in the video, and he's smart about it, because he's going to bring that overlay of that stick figure over to where the dog's looking. And now the dog is going to start following this stick figure closely. And that's why I 100% believe that Lee is laying on his side, snoring, pretending to snore, and he's got a laser pointer and he's just aiming it on the curtain. You know, you've seen cats play with laser pointers as well. Everybody's seen it. Tell me that don't make sense. Mind blowing, isn't it? When you watch it and think of a laser pointer, mind blowing. Mind blown. Now, that being said, I was thinking Vlad the Impaler. You know, he's got nothing better to do than to play with the Alexa, play with your dog, just pick up stuff and throw it. Nothing better to do but to mess with Lee. Why? Because Lee's important. Very important for Vlad the Impaler. Now, some laser pointers are very tiny. The beam on them, you can't even see the beam, and the spot is tiny, tiny. I think that's the kind he's using. Let me show you a quick animation, real quick, and kind of give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Now, if we saw the laser beam, then I would say I was wrong. As you can see in this animation, you would obviously see it. So a laser like that, obviously, you're not going to see that big beam that kind of looks like, you know, those things on Star Wars, those lightsabers. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but you know what I'm talking about. You're not going to see that. You're just going to see the little spot wherever it hits. However, we don't see a laser beam. We see a laser spot that is easily covered up. Now, I know what you're thinking. If he was using a laser pointer, would we not see it on camera? Because sometimes the dog looks right in the middle of the curtain where the camera's going to show. And I say, do you think about it this way? When the dog first starts looking at whatever this thing is, it's way up there toward Lee's head off camera. So if the spot's there, the laser spot, you're not going to see it on camera. And then the overlay of the stick figure comes. And then he can move it down because he's got an overlay. Let me show you the animation. So how can we cover up the spot of the laser shape? That would be the question you're probably asking. And let me show you. Just like this. That laser is behind that stick figure. The stick figure is an overlay. Problem solved. It's that easy. Huh? I mean, what do you guys think yourselves? I mean, that seems pretty legit to me after you work it out in your head. And you think about it. To this day, I know that's how he's doing it. I know it. I have no doubt. And I think I made a pretty good argument for it. You know, there's good debunkers and there's great debunkers, and then there's the creme of the creme, baby. Hit that like button. We appreciate you. All jokes aside, it's been 4 years, guys. Oh, that's the end of the video, by the way. I'm just going to sit here and talk a second and tell you guys I appreciate you. You guys, super supportive over the last 4 years. A lot of you have been here the whole time, and I see you. And a lot of newbies, and I appreciate you as well. A lot of you have been here 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 3 months, 3 years, 3.5 years. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody listen to my voice. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video, right? Which is coming soon. Y'all, and that animation, it's almost done. Y'all come back now, you hear?